grab lunch and we go to the mentor room and eat lunch together, and that's an opportunity for us to catch up and talk and hear how his weekend went. Then we do whatever he wants to do. Sometimes that's play games, sometimes he has homework that he wants to catch up on. Sometimes we go to the gym or outside and we run around. So each hour looks different depending on his mood and what he wants to do.
And we always just like talk over lunch and catch up a little bit. And then the last couple times he's wanted to go outside for recess. So we've played tag, and I've gone through the slide and nearly gotten stuck a couple times. And sliding off the big hill in the playground is a lot of fun. And then, it always wipes me out, but I think it's just fun to like expel some of that built up energy. And
the student goes down to get lunch, and we go to the mentoring room, and my student kind of tears through his lunch because he wants to get to the fun stuff. And I tend to let him kind of direct the hour. He's very hands-on. He likes puzzles, and we've done some science experiments, surprise, surprise, and he really likes those. We also do a little art if we can, or games that have an academic focus.
My student has just been so open, and so like he's so friendly and has so much energy that it's just really free-flowing and organic, and I think it's been really encouraging that we've just been able to like have fun.
When we first started, we went through this book called Book About Me, and my student had opportunities to answer some questions, draw pictures, write things down. And something I noticed immediately was that he was uncomfortable having me watch him write. He didn't want me to see how he writes, and he didn't want me to hear how he reads. And that's something I mentioned to my prayer partner right away, and we talked about how that's something we hope that he can become more vulnerable with. And it was the third time we met, so 2 sessions later, he brought me back to his room and asked me to help him with his homework, and we wrote up notes for a whole report that he had due. And it felt really encouraging that we had gotten to this point where when we first met, he didn't want me to watch him do anything. And now just 2 weeks later, he wanted to sit down and be vulnerable in that way. And that was really encouraging.
I think my favorite moment happened this week. We were in the mentoring room, and his classmates were outside playing, and they were loud and you could hear them. And he got distracted, and he went to the window and he pulled the curtains aside. And he said, "Oh yeah, that's the second graders out there playing." And they came back and he said, "But this is better."
Harold and I meet together at the coffee shop once a week for half hour to an hour and talk about my time with my student. And it's a really nice time for me to be reflective. It gives me an opportunity to process out loud with another person how the time's been going, and I think it gives Harold a more personal idea about like how that relationship is developing and what things are important to pray for.
Be a mentor because I believe in education. I'm the daughter of 2 teachers, and I'm a teacher, and I see education as a way to move forward. And anything I can do to help a child love to learn, I'll participate in.
I think when I was younger, I had a youth pastor that was really good at making me feel valued as a human being. And I think that's something I wanted to give back. I think I've chosen to live in Orange.
When I started coming to American, I had a lot of doubt in the church's willingness to engage in growing the kingdom of God. And one of the very first Sundays we were here, the Kids Hope USA program was the video was shown, and it kind of broke my stubbornness and hard-heartedness towards the church, and I teared up in church, and I think it's because I needed to see that the church is wanting to be a part of growing the kingdom of God, and this opportunity to engage in a child's life, give them some hope, some affirmation that there is someone that loves them and cares about them and wants to spend time with them, is a really beautiful opportunity. And I am humbled and incredibly excited to be a part of that program.
To continue to pray that the relationship grows and that he stays enthused about mentoring and still feels like spending that hour with me is better than playing with his friends outside.
The biggest thing to pray for is that I would just continue to be encouraged and to be encouraging